Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 89. 89, you would like to know what is coming your way this weekend. Let us see. All right. So it does look like there's some choices here in how you can move forward or choices around opportunities. When we have the Lovers card come forward with the Four of Wands, this is passion, excitement, desire, wanting to come your way and to create this sense of like new directions, new flow of energy, opportunity for more, instead of being in a place that could maybe be a little bit worrisome or feel held back. Because that Three of Swords is going to be more of your held back energy where we can be in a place of wondering what's possible, feeling restricted, or thinking about where things could get stuck instead of thinking about the opportunities and flows. And so when we get into this combination here with the idea of the Six of Cups, it's like we're having an opportunity to create flow, create new memories, create direction, choose to move forward with passion, choose to move forward with excitement instead of being in this restricted or held off energy. And coming forward with the idea of the star can create an opportunity of hope, expansion, it can create the sense of renewal and just allow growth to come forward in new ways. So this is something trying to come forward towards you this weekend that allows you to move away from worry and restriction when it comes to expansion and opportunities and move forward towards this feeling of like, wow, something's possible. Something can happen here. Things can move forward. There's directions for this to see the energy move ahead into, right? We get this opportunity and idea of more instead of being in a place of restriction. And so when we have this idea coming forward of the Lovers, it could show up in multiple different ways because it is a card of choice. So you might see these opportunities to expand, connect, and to take action in different areas in your life instead of just having it in one direction. Or you can find it maybe even be tiered, where you take one action and then are presented with another, then presented with another, to kind of create this opportunity of flow, an opportunity of more, an opportunity of newness, instead of being in a place that's a little bit more of like a restrictive or held off energy. So coming your way this weekend is an opportunity for expansion that seems to be directed through multiple different choices to move forward and create this like healing and hopeful idea of moving forward. So let us see. Will you be able to take a leave from the full-time job? Let us see. So I would say yes, based on this combination. The Five of Swords is a really good card for choosing self. Choosing self even when maybe it's not necessarily the best for others. So you being able to take the leave is you choosing yourself. You going forward with what works for you. Queen of Wands, King of Wands, this is going to fill up your cup. This is going to leave you in a place where you can feel in control of the situation, or it's going to work in your favor, especially with the idea here of the World being able to kind of start a new chapter or close something off, right? Leaving the full-time energy here to allow yourself to move forward in a new way, create this sense of change and opportunity. High Priestess, diving in deeper to the self or just focusing on self. It gives the energy here for you to be able to move forward. So based on this combination here, it looks like it is possible for you to take the leave. Now, with the Five of Swords, the Five of Swords can ask you to recognize where the leave may impact others. So maybe recognize timing. Just as an example, say you want to take the leave starting next Friday, but there is an important project due the following Wednesday. Maybe we could wait until the following Wednesday to have the project closed out and then be able to have this opportunity for ourselves, right? Something like that could come forward here. But I do see this overall combination coming ahead here as like, if you you go ahead and you choose what is best for you, Five of Swords, High Priestess, you'll find the energy follow that with you, right? The High Priestess coming forward here with the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, the energy wants to flow in your favor. Things want to work out for you. This energy wants to be directed at the opportunities of success for you. And so the energy looks like it's trying to match the direction that you want to take things. So I would say, yes, it does look like you'll be able to get this leave here. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you'd like to have a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 90. You'd like to know what are Jay's thoughts and feelings. Let us see. All right, now this camera angle is not necessarily the best, so I will pan it so you can see everything here, and then we will go ahead and dive in. All right. So with this combination, it seems like Jay is trying to think about a new way to connect that kind of gives a little bit more reassurance. We have this energy here of the King of Swords as well as the Emperor, which really wants to find a direction ahead. We want to figure things out. We want things to be clear. We want to have an avenue of success. We don't want to be in a place of difficulties. King of Wands, we want to be in a place of confidence when it comes to taking action and seeing the opportunities and moving forward. But the Nine of Swords, the Moon, as well as the Five of Swords can come forward with a strong worrying energy. Are we on the same page? Are things going to move forward in the same direction? Are we going to be able to communicate in a way that actually works together? Or are things going to end up Five of Pentacles in a bit of a difficult or sticky situation? Especially with the Five of Swords, we can be quite worried when it comes to communication and ideas of are we on the same page or not? Now, the Two of Wands coming forward with the Hanged Man can say that they're really trying to think about ways that the two of you can connect that's maybe a little bit out of the box or beyond the way that the two of you have experienced something thus far. But they're not really trying to be vulnerable. The idea comes forward with the Page of Cups as well as with the Four of Pentacles, where we are trying to bring a little bit more of a lighthearted tone, a lighthearted direction in connecting, rather than diving completely in the heart. And they do care about you. Queen of Pentacles as well as this King of Wands comes forward. That's a passion, that's a care, that's a nurturing, desirable energy. And again, with the Emperor, they do want to show up as somebody who is incredibly respectable, but they're not really wanting to put their heart on the sleeve. This is definitely not a King of Cups sort of combination here. This is, I feel connected to you, I feel care for you, but I just don't want to like be vulnerable. Now, the World card coming forward with the Eight of Pentacles, we really do just want to find a way to make things work, make things feel consistent, and to find a way, Chariot, to move forward together successfully. So it's really them thinking about how they can be in your energy, connect with you, and see things move forward in a way that's going to be successful and kind of guarantee the outcome of connecting in a good way, connecting in a way that the two of you would be on the same page, and seeing things move forward in a way that just kind of feels stable. But again, they don't really want to be vulnerable. They don't really want to put themselves out there. They just want to see the exact answer that yes, things are going to work out successfully. But there is a lot of care, right? Queen of Pentacles is a very lovely card. The Queen of Pentacles is a card of care, nurturing energy, stability, wanting to bring forward a lot of trust and security, right? wanting to bring forward this sort of like comfortable element, caring element in terms of connecting. So they do feel this deep sense of emotion towards you. And with the Page of Cups, we're like trying to figure out a way that we can express more of that loving or emotional energy, but it's very much a held back, like I want to connect with you, but I don't want to put myself overly out there. So really just thinking about how they can create some sort of new direction, new way of interacting, connecting, and seeing some sort of flow, while trying to kind of like keep a little bit more of that stoic face rather than just putting all their expressions out there for the, to be received and to be judged or to be even denied when it comes to connecting. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out. Temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 91. 91, oh, I need to scroll down here, I cannot see. 91, you'd like to know, have you crossed Chris's mind today? Let us see. So I would say so, yes, based on this combination. We do have that Page of Swords energy, which is quite curious. It's wanting to connect, communicate, and find a direction forward. And even with the idea of the Seven of Pentacles, there could be like a building of thought. So rather than it just be some sort of random thought that's just popping into their mind and then skedaddling away, this could be something that kind of sits with them, or they could be like building up on the thought. So it could be, oh, I was thinking about you today and thinking about you at this particular, let me think about it. What were you eating for lunch? Or what did you do for supper today? Or I wonder if you too got stuck in the traffic that came from work today, right? There's like a building up of thoughts, the continuation, rather than it just being, oh, I'm just thinking about, what was possible for you to eat at lunch today. No, there's like a building up of thought when we have the Seven of Pentacles come ahead. They could be also a little bit stuck in the past when it comes to as well. Four of Cups as well as a Three of Cups, or I should say a Five of Cups, both point to the Three of Cups, looking at the past, looking at connection, looking at opportunity to be around each other. So they can be thinking about the previous ways that the two of you have connected, interactions, and they could be kind of building up at those. So putting together the pieces of the puzzle, like, oh, last time we talked, you did this. And oh, actually, there was a time last month where you did that as well, right? Kind of putting together the pieces of the puzzle like that could be also what we see coming ahead here, because that Judgment is going to be in a place of recognition. And again, that Seven of Pentacles is going to be this sort of like accumulation in the situation as well. So I would definitely say that they have thoughts of you today, yes. And it seems to be a little bit more of like a stepping through the mind, kind of recognizing maybe patterns or recognizing ideas rather than it just being of like random incidences. So let's go ahead and see what is the message card. Message card is I hope you're doing all right. And the I hope you're doing all right card is like a card that says, I want to ask how you're doing. I want to connect with you. I want to know you're doing all right. I'd like to be able to chit chat with you and figure that out, but I don't really know how to go ahead and ask that completely. So it's like a want to kind of dive in deeper or a want to connect in a deeper way, but just not being entirely sure about how to kind of get this expressed and connected forward. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you are interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 92. 92, you'd like to know what are C's thoughts and feelings. Let us see. All right. So it seems like C is thinking about having a little bit of a heavy conversation with you. And what I see with this Ace of Swords as well as this Ten of Wands is like maybe wanting to clear the air, wanting to talk about something that feels a little bit more important or feels a little bit deeper, but wanting to find maybe a new way to express it or find a positive way to talk through some sort of heaviness. Now, the heaviness could not, I mean, it could be something that the two of you have experienced itself, but it doesn't have to be. This could be something that they've just been working through by themselves. And I don't know if I just misspoke there, but it doesn't have to be something that the two of you have been working through. It could be just something that they have been working through themselves, is what I was trying to say. And it could be this like heaviness feeling because they've been thinking about it, figuring out how to express it, connecting with themselves on a deeper level, and just kind of working through this energy. Because sometimes this Ten of Wands can be expressed as like a personal burden. So rather than a burden that is being carried between the two of you, it could be a burden that they've been working through themselves, trying to figure out, Two of Wands, how to move forward in a new direction, how to connect, how to see some sort of opportunity here of growth, how to figure out the best direction forward, right? The Two of Wands has the world in our hands, essentially saying that we have the ability to create any sort of possibility or direction with the matter of just like deciding we're wanting to take action, right? We decide, we take action, and we move forward in a new way. And so it seems like there's the energy here of wanting to connect in a new direction or wanting to take some sort of step forward to provide clarity or a direction between the two of you that brings an element of like confidence and positivity, but really just figuring out how do we do that. Now, the Wheel of Fortune can be them feeling like now is the right time when it comes to connecting with you, feeling this desire to create flow. This Sun card can come forward with this element of like positivity or confidence or passion towards you, this want and desire to create more or to kind of feel like this positive element of like now is the opportunity to see success come forward, kind of like feeling lucky when it comes to you, feeling confident that things can move forward successfully, even though they feel some sort of heaviness when it comes to the idea of conversating or heaviness around the topics themselves. But I would say that this energy comes forward as a really good direction here of thinking about how to connect with you, thinking about how to take a step forward and express the truth that they are feeling, and finding this new positive way here to see momentum come forward between the two of you in a way that feels guided towards new positive beginnings and away from a place of difficulties. So that's what I would say here with this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. We are live on YouTube, live on TikTok at the exact same time. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, you can always go ahead and rewatch temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with personal reading order number 93. 93, you'd like to know how are they feeling today? Let us see. All right. So I would overall classify this as a pretty good energy. The idea of the Four of Swords is very peaceful and very rested, so they're not feeling very anxious whatsoever. This is an energy of like calm and directed focus at the idea of opportunity. Three of Wands with the Eight of Wands is something great is coming forward, something good, I can feel it. The news, the energy, the direction ahead is going to be the best for me, right? It's a very confident that opportunity is going to come, expansion, or things are going to get better. So it seems like they're kind of in like this rested, peaceful energy that opportunity is still going to come, or new directions are going to happen, or that value is going to find them, good news is going to find them, that they're not going to be in a place of difficulties. And especially with the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Hierophant, it's like everything will work out for them. Things are going to bring forward structure or value, or support will come forward. They're kind of in this sort of mentality of like, be rested because things are going to be successful, or be rested because good news, good direction, an avenue is coming forward, right? They're kind of in this place here of like opportunity is going to come ahead, and trying to think more into the long haul rather than to be in a very short-term energy. The swords can be more of like the days sort of aspect. And so they could be in this sort of like short-term, I must remain calm, but long-term things are going to get better and get more structured, or get better and be more supportive, or, you know, like that sort of, the good is still coming direction is what we see coming forward today here in terms of their feelings. Like a very optimistic, a calm optimism is what I would say. So let us see, is he going to call back? So we do have the Sun card coming forward, and the Sun is the absolute only card that I use to signify a yes to the question that is being asked. And so this would say it does look like he is going to call back. Now, when we have this Judgment card coming forward with the Five of Swords, it may not be at the time frame that you want him to, especially with the Seven of Cups, since the Seven of Cups comes forward with a bunch of different options, a bunch of different ideas. It's a card of illusions. All is not what it seems, right? It can come forward in this place of expecting one thing and being faced with the reality of another. So this could say you could expect them to want to reach out to you like 24 hours, but in reality it's like 48, right? Whatever it may be, there is a point where you think it's going to happen one way, but in reality there's multiple different ways that it could come forward. And Five of Swords, it may not work out in the favor that you want it to, or the time frame that you want it to, or the direction that you want it to, right? The Five of Swords comes forward as a conflicting or difficult energy when it comes to being on the same page. So you may want something to be expressed one way, but in reality, they want it to be expressed in another. So even though we see the Sun energy coming forward here with a big positive yes, it does look like they are going to go ahead and call back. It just may not happen in the time, space, or way that you would expect or want it to. So that's what I would say. So let's go ahead here and see, did he think of you? All right, So, Page of Cups with the King of Cups, I would say yes. But when we have this Nine of Wands come forward with the Five of Swords, again, we get something of being like closed out to their own desires. So they may have thought about you, but kind of been in a bit of a restrictive energy in doing so, where they're wanting to think about you, but then something kind of comes up where they can't really have that sort of like allowing the mind to continue on with the idea. Maybe there's something going on here when it comes to them feeling a little bit restricted when it comes to being able to express themselves in a certain way. They can't reach out or they can't connect in the way that they want to, right? The Five of Swords comes forward with a very difficult energy without being able to connect, or a difference in how the two of you can express yourselves. And this Nine of Wands comes forward as a card that basically puts up a block or a wall in between where we want to be, what we want to see happen, and what we actually allow ourselves to make happen. And so it kind of brings forward this restrictive energy rather than allowing this opportunity of flow. So Page of Cups coming forward is like the kind of joyful expression, and the Wheel of Fortune can give forward this idea of cycles. So what I see this combination coming forward here as is like, yes, they did think of you, but it came forward in these sort of like trying to bring forward the positivity, the mind cycles itself forward, but then we get in a place where we kind of stop ourselves from thinking, and we kind of close off the thought, not really allowing the opportunity to completely move forward or completely flow. And then we kind of get into this place where we close out the idea altogether, and then we maybe allow ourselves to open up again about it, right? There's that sort of like opportunity, but at the same time restrictive energy, rather than allowing just this, sense of like straight flow. We have I can't right now. And so this could be a card of basically explaining that, right? I want to be able to, but I close myself out. There's something that stops me rather than creating this opportunity of flow. Time flies by when I'm around you. Maybe I need to focus on other things right now. And so because I lose track of my thoughts when it comes to you, I can't really think of you right now, or I can't reach out right now. I need some time because I kind of get sidetracked. You Make Me a Better Person, as well as Our Love is Different, can recognize a pivotal role that you play when it comes to connecting. They could be doing a lot of self-reflection here right now with You Make Me a Better Person, but I look at your photos, it's like I still want to connect with you. I still want to have some sort of opportunity of being around you. So there's this energy coming forward here of them being in this place of like wanting to be in your energy, or wanting to connect with you, wanting to have some sort of opportunity of being close, but feeling like right now that they can't take some sort of action to make things happen. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here with 94. 94, you'd like to know, has D thought of yourself? Let us see. So I would say yes with this combination. Now, there might be some things that they have kind of brought up when it comes to their thought process that they haven't really allowed themselves to think of before, because the Seven of Swords comes forward as a card that doesn't really allow themselves to maybe recognize some things or vocalize some things. So there might be some things that they've never really allowed themselves to think of or allowed themselves to express that now they're kind of working through. And then when we also have this energy coming forward here of the Knight of Cups as well as this Ace of Wands, this could be like taking actions on dreams or taking actions on desires when it comes to. So I would say that they have thought of you. Yes, they've thought about maybe some ways that they could express themselves in ways that they haven't before, how they could show you their passions or show you their desires, show you their want to connect with you or take action in one way or another when it comes to moving forward. And maybe here with this Ace of Wands on how they can create some sort of spark in taking action or creating opportunity here to be around you. So let's see what's going to make you smile when it comes to him. We do have this energy coming forward here of I'm grateful for your presence in my life, true love, as well as waiting to reconnect. So they can be grateful for the energy that they do feel here when it comes to you, wanting to be around you, wanting to connect with you, wanting to be close to you here, and feeling like there is a very true and genuine energy when it comes to being around you or the idea of you or wanting to connect with you. They can feel like it's very true and genuine. Now, what's going to make you smile when it comes to him? We have many different things trying to come forward here with the Seven of Cups as well as this Eight of Swords, but it makes it very difficult in finding clarity as like what is the one specific thing. Now, the Eight of Swords kind of gets caught up in the ideas or thoughts of others. This could say that you would expect, based off of your experience of life, for them to show up in a particular way. So if I say communication, your mind is automatically going to think of the ways that you know how to communicate, right? This could be, oh, you always talk to people through Facebook, so it's going to be Facebook. Or you're a phone call person, so you expect it to come forward as a phone call. And the Eight of Swords can kind of get things a little bit too caught up when it comes to a particular direction. And then the Seven of Cups, we end up getting confused because we look for the phone call or we look for the Facebook, but we're not necessarily supposed to receive that message in that way. And so the High Priestess can say that there's going to be some element of this that's kind of held back or secretive, but it would do with the idea of the luck changing around when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune and with the Knight of Cups having an opportunity to connect. So what's going to make you smile when it comes to him is having an opportunity here to recognize that there's a shift and change in the energy and that the movement is trying to create the doors here to open up, to connect, to see this avenue moving forward. But we can't really get into specifics because, again, there might be some sort of clouding that could be involved when it comes to this. Because if I were to, again, say, oh, it's communication coming in a form that's familiar to you, you might think, oh, phone calls, when in reality, it's Facebook, right? Something like that can be coming forward here. So these are paid personal readings. These are not free. These are not for the collective. If you'd like to have a reading done today, check out my website. So let's go ahead here for your final question. How will the two of you connect? So we have the Ace of Pentacles coming forward here with this Five of Pentacles, which is like an opportunity to bridge a gap, bridge a distance, especially when it comes to being in the physical. The Pentacles can be this in the physical energy here because it can represent more of that earth sign. And so when we have this style of combination come forward, it looks like the two of you are going to connect offline. Now, when we have the Two of Wands come forward, though, the Two of Wands gives the idea of the world in our hands. And what is the world in our hands but a phone, right? We have the opportunity to have the internet as this world in our hands. And so it kind of is like we're seeing some sort of way to maybe connect in the physical as the most valuable thing, but in the meantime through the World Wide Web, right? Through the phones or through the internet. This could say that maybe you have like a small interaction of sending a text message, sending a DM that talks about creating a specific time to meet up, and that's not the true way that you're going to per se connect, but it's the way that the two of you create the opportunity to connect, right? I hope that makes sense. It's like with the phones, we have this way to set a time. Oh, we're going to meet at a coffee shop at 2 p.m. Then we see this avenue of actually truly connecting in the physical at the coffee shop, right? There's something like that going on here. Now, we have the energy coming forward of the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is an opportunity to try to connect in a one-on-one setting. So I don't really see this being as like a group thing in any sort of way, shape, or form. And the King of Cups would be something as an emotionally balanced energy there as well. So someplace that would feel very comfortable for the two of you. So it seems like you'll connect in the physical with maybe a little bit of mediation here in the middle of like, you know, like a phone's being involved somehow. I don't see it not being involved here when we have this Two of Wands coming forward, but it looks like the true value of connecting comes from connecting in the physical. So that's what I would say. We have I love the way you make me feel. So this is them enjoying the energy that they receive when it comes to the idea of connecting with you or being in your energy. And then we also have the card of ego. Having the card of ego comes forward here as a way to say that maybe they restrict action or take action based off of how it will be impacted by their ego. So when something feels a little bit more comfortable, then they have this opportunity to feel that space to move forward without something challenging their ego. If they feel too vulnerable, they might hold back, right? Things like that can come forward, but ego is definitely in play. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Let's go ahead here for 95. You'd like to know, why do you cross his mind if he doesn't view you romantically? Let us see. All right. So when we have this energy coming forward of the Ten of Pentacles as well as the Six of Cups, there could be certain aspects that you get tied to when it comes to consistent patterns in their life and memories. So the idea of the Ten of Pentacles can be the shared space that has to do with building up. So when we have Ten of Pentacles, we're trying to build our money, we're trying to build our security, our foundation, we're trying to build up for the idea of tomorrow, and we can do that when it comes to things like work or community or our day-to-day aspects of life. And so when we have those things tied to memories, with the idea of the Six of Cups, it's like you could be crossing their mind by being connected to a memory. Especially with the High Priestess, Ten of Wands, if they're feeling or facing a lot of difficult energy in their life, or just finding things like add up, they could be walking through these steps in their mind, walking through their day-to-day life, reflecting on these certain aspects of life, and then you happen to pop up in a memory of that. So it may not all the time be something specific of you yourself is popping up, but they could be reflecting on, here's what happened at work today, here's what happened in my day-to-day life today, and kind of thinking about, oh yeah, you were there, and here's a situation that played out with you, or here's a situation that reminds me of my circumstance with you, right? There's kind of like you cross their mind because of you being connected to them by routine, by daily life, by circumstance. That seems to be what's coming forward here in terms as to why you would cross their mind. It's like when I think of turning to get to my house, I think of turning at the McDonald's, right? There's like, I always tell my friends, turn at the McDonald's. So where I'm not really associating my day-to-day life with every McDonald's when I pass by, or with my house, but when I go to drive by McDonald's, I think, yeah, I tell my friends, turn at the McDonald's, right? There's something like that that's going on here, where they're walking through the day-to-day aspects of their life, something triggers the mind, it connects the idea of the event with you because you're in the event, and there it goes with the thought of them thinking of you. So that's what I'd say with this combination. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you'd like to have a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with 96. 96, you'd like to know thoughts and feelings towards you. Let us see. All right. So we have this I want, but I cannot. Six of Wands, Four of Wands is a very passionate, directed energy forward. Wanting to succeed, wanting to take action, thinking about how to bring some sort of closeness or connection. But then we have this Nine of Wands that like directly shuts it off. It's like you are present for them, they're seeing you as somebody who's attractive, they're thinking about connecting with you, but then they go, Nine of Wands, oh, I can't do it. I can't allow myself the thing that I want. I can't allow myself to move forward in the way that I want. Now, there's something with this Death card as well as with the Strength of needing to accept change or needing to accept the flow of something without forcing it. And that may be where they're going wrong here with this Nine of Wands, where something is calling for them to evolve, something is calling for them to shift their ways, something is calling for them to take a different action. And the Nine of Wands is like, I can't really do that, so I'm going to say it's not possible, right? This could literally be them saying that they need to, let's just give an example. You say, oh, I'm cutting away my phone plan now. I don't want to pay for the phone portion of it. So we're going to have to do texting instead. And they go, nope, texting doesn't work for me. Can't do it. And they're just like, no, I'm just not going to accept this change. Can't do it. I'm going to stop myself right here, right? It's like, no, you could just go ahead successfully here with the Six of Wands. And so it seems to be like they're thinking about how they want to connect with you, how they are wanting to be in your energy, but on how there's some sort of restrictive idea in moving forward where they can't accept some sort of change, and they're kind of being in this resistant energy to flow. So this is like a passion, an excitement, a desire, but like this calling of action or calling of change that kind of puts them in a restrictive state of energy towards you at the same time. And the Nine of Wands could come forward in a place where they may not recognize it's within their control to actually accept the change or accept the movement or create the avenue for flow forward. They might see it as something that's outside of their control. So they might feel an element of like frustration when it comes to, because they're wanting to connect or wanting to see some sort of avenue forward here with this Four of Wands, but then feeling frustrated because they feel like at the same time, they can't make something move forward or they can't create that sense of flow or things are not working with ease for them, right? So it's like a passion or a desire and excitement, but also a frustration that something's not moving forward in the way that they would like for it to be like directed forward is what I would say. Like a passion, but also a sense of like resistance. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. We currently don't have anybody in the queue, so if you'd like to have a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings. Alrighty, let's go ahead here with number 97. You'd like to know thoughts and feelings. Let us see. All right. So I feel like with this Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords combination, that they are kind of reflecting on the way that they've created an ending, but held back. And the Nine of Swords is quite a lot of worrying. It's worrying about, can I get what I want? Is what I want possible? Have I, created some sort of issue with getting what I want, right? It's like this anxiety or lack of clarity about a desire and thinking more so about worst case scenario and where things could go wrong, rather than thinking about best case scenario. And when we have the Ten of Swords coming forward, we're thinking about endings, betrayals, isolation, difficulties. And the Seven of Swords is thinking about where we've held back, where we've created communication issues, where we've been deceitful. And so this combination seems to be stemming in this idea of thinking about the ways that they've held back communication or held back actions or taken the wrong action, and thus has led to endings or difficulties or betrayals or isolation rather than opportunity. And with the Three of Cups, Nine of Cups, it seems like they're thinking about how they can create some sort of change so that there can be celebration. How do we create good out of darkness? How do we create the right step after taking the wrong step? How do we create happiness, unity, connection, even reconciliation in a way that feels uplifting after taking actions that maybe feel like we should have done something differently, right? The Ten of Swords is a strong card of feeling kind of defeated in certain elements, feeling isolated or feeling betrayed. And the Seven of Swords comes forward as a strong aspect of like recognizing that you could have been better, could have done something different, but you still chose to do the wrong thing, right? So they're in this place of like, I did the wrong thing, I'm worried about it, I'm wishing I could take some sort of different step, I'm worried about betrayals or endings or like having created an issue. And I'm thinking about the things that could go wrong, but my true desire here, the Nine of Cups, the thing that would make me happy is creating a sense of closeness, celebration, connection, and opportunity of more, right? Like wanting to switch things around from a place of negativity or worry or isolation towards this place of opportunity, closeness, celebration, and more. So I would say that they're in a bit of a reflective energy when it comes to and thinking about where things have gone wrong and feeling that weight, feeling that heaviness, feeling a sense of difficulty and anxiety around it, but at the same time kind of being in this like passion state when it comes to desire for closeness, desire for opportunity, and more. So that's what I would say here when it comes to this combination. Very much in a place of like thinking about how do we change things around when it comes to shifting away from difficulties, shifting away from lack or kind of like a lack of communication or a lack of clarity or a lack of support towards a place that feels more supportive, more uplifted, more unified when it comes to moving forward instead of isolated. So that's what I would say. So if anybody is interested in having a personal reading here today, check out the website, temperanceandsage.com. We are doing the live personal readings here right now. So if you're interested in having a personal reading here today, check it out, temperanceandsage.com for the live personal readings.